Hello. Today we are going to look at creating a couple of variations for this theme that we have here, this classical composition theme. I'm going to show you sort of step by step how to go about this. I've set up the template, which I've shared in Noteflight, and you should be able to click on the link and come into this page without too much trouble. You may have to register for an account first and sign up, but we've got an 8-bar theme here, quite simple, minims and crotchets mostly, and that will give us a bit of material to work with to vary. So I'm just going to copy by clicking on a bar and pressing and holding shift on the keyboard. Once it's highlighted in orange, I'm going to Control C on my keyboard for copy and then Control V for paste. Oh, we'll rename this variation 1. Okay. Our first variation, we're simply going to change most of the rhythm values. We're going to keep the pitch relatively as it is, but we are going to change these rhythm values. So where I have a minim, I'm just going to go up and change that to a quaver for now, and I'm going to put in a couple more C quavers. I can click them in or press C on the keyboard, and I'm going to continue doing that for this bar. We've got a D here, and I'm just going to keep quavers going for this little passage, so I'm just going to press D on the keyboard twice, E twice, F twice. We're going to keep C as a crotchet, so I'm going to click on this note. Our B, I'm going to put in some, I'm going to have to change it to quavers again. Going to keep this one an F. We've got a long note here to end our phrase. I might do G, A, G, just a little step up as crotchets. And then our C is effectively starting our next phrase. We're going to keep that as a crotchet, but again we're going to do some quavers here. So we've got F, F, G, G. We might have a little run going up here. Might make A, B, C. We might keep this bar just the same. We might actually step, for a bit of interest, we'll step down with a B here down to the A, which will be nice. We're going to put some more quavers in here. And we might do an E down to D, up to F to finish. Alright, I didn't play you the original theme, but I'll play the original theme now and see if you can sort of still hear that theme within our mostly quaver based melody here. Let's press play. Here's our variation. Alright, so that's what we have so far. We're going to do another variation, so I'm going to copy and paste once again. So selecting a bar, pressing and holding shift on the keyboard, selecting the last bar you want to copy. Control C for copy. These keyboard shortcuts are really handy. Control V for paste. And we're just going to, okay, let's delete these bars. So highlight. Okay. I haven't used this program for a while. I'm just going to delete them individually. We don't need them. Won't take a second. So if you click on a bar and you want to add a bar, you use the plus icon. If you want to delete the bar, the minus icon. If you just want to play that single bar, that's your play button there. Alright, there we go, we're sorted. We're going to call this variation 2. And I'm going to change not just the rhythm of this one, but we're going to muck around with the pitch a little bit more. So I want to use some bit more interesting rhythm. I'm going to use some quaver and semiquavers here, a T ticker pattern. Quaver, half a beat, quarter beat, so that makes our whole beat. Dun, 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 dun. I'm going to repeat that. Get rid of the text, we don't need that. Dun, 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 dun. I'm going to step down and step back up to the D here, and we're going to use quavers. C, C, A, B, C. I can play that little bar to see what it sounds like. Alright, we've got rhythmic complexity here. I might even keep this bar relatively the same. We've got this rhythm pattern here, so we might include that pattern in here as well. So I've got to get it out of play mode by pressing stop. We have quaver, semiquaver, semiquaver. I'm going to repeat that. And I like this quaver pattern we've got here as well. So I'm going to make these quavers. Stepping down. We're going to step down again as well, down to the E. Because an E up to the G is going to be okay. Got a long note here. We might have a little descending passage down towards the C, so we might just do quavers. So G, F, E, D, two Gs, F, E, D, we'll put a crotchet. And then that's C is starting our next phrase. Okay, so we're going to use this sort of rhythm pattern again. So I'm going to use a quaver, a couple of semiquavers, same pattern here. Actually, I can copy and paste that. Control C, Control V, and just press the up arrow while it's highlighted. Last variation, we didn't change too much, so let's have some quavers running down. Might go up and then down. Just some quavers here. Actually, so a semiquaver would work nicely there. We can step up to the C. Oops. Control Z for undo. C. And we might keep the ending the same. Alright, let's have a listen to our variation. And there we go. So we have two variations on this particular theme. They could do with some reworking, but they're okay for an example for today. I've tried to keep the pitch sort of placed where it needs to be, and then added in some rhythms and some notes to add in a bit of variety in there as well. So there you go. Theme and two variations. That's your composition task for the classical section of study. Thanks very much. Bye.